Had no shortage of badasses on this show. Chuck Norris, NFL referee Ed Guns Hockley, a 351-pound Samoan fullback who runs through drywall. Stugotz, can you feel it? Can you feel the fear entering the room?
I'm trembling.
Nervous. Stugotz has gotten ready for this interview, this man-style interview, by putting a Hello Kitty Band-Aid on his hand. Kimbo joins us on 790 The Ticket, a Miami legend. You could catch him all over the internet knocking fools out. And when was the last time you feared a man, Kimbo? When was the last time that you felt physical fear?
Oh, man, I can't even recall that. The last time I even feared anything would have to be, the only man I ever feared was God. You know what I'm saying? But the last man I feared was a woman, and that was my mom.
Okay, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Does anyone ever challenge you? Does anyone think to themselves, because this happens sometimes to athletes, they're in the club and somebody wants to think that they're the badder guy in the room?
It's all good. If they want to think that, they can think that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, a man, you know, when a man and a man steps, you know, meets eye to eye, you know, they pretty much know what's up, man. You know, that's why sometimes it's not even good to stare in the eye of another dude, because you never know what that man, the other dude's intentions are.
What does your fame look like? When did it start?
Probably with the first fight, I would say.
How long ago was that?
About 3-4 years ago.
And then people started coming up to you, and they're a little, they're reverent. They're in awe of you, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
I've seen video of you on MySpace where you're just sticking your face out, letting a man who can fight hit you.
Well, it's more to it than that. It's a little bit more personal than that.
How personal is it?
Pretty personal, you know what I'm saying? The guy, we kind of knew each other, and it was being said, you know what I'm saying? And kind of like when the first punch landed, he slipped the first one in, you know, because of that was said, I kind of, you know, like, I mean, you know, if you're going to bring it, bring it. And I just wanted to see what he was coming with, you know, all this saying, and evidently he didn't come with much.
Has anyone, Kimbo with us on 790 The Ticket, has anyone come with an impressive amount of...
Verbally is always, you know, verbally you can shovel as much shit as you can, as you can shovel verbally, but when it really comes down to throwing hands, man, you know, your talk is never as good as your game. You know, I'm not a talker. Damn, I'm not. You know, I don't go around talking, throwing my weight around. I'm not, because you never know. I know a guy that's 135 pounds, you know, and he can take you down and put a good banging on you. You know, the guys I train with, you know, Mark and Dave Avalons, I'm way bigger than those guys, and those guys are some serious monsters. You know, like gentle giants. You know what I mean?
Kimbo with us on 790 The Ticket. Kimbo Slice, he's an internet legend. Do people ever challenge you on the street, in a mall, in a bar? Does it ever happen? People challenge you to a fight right there?
No, no one literally walks up with the disrespect, because without a ref, without the proper people around me to say when to stop, man, you know, it could be really painful for the other guy. And now, you know what I'm saying, me no longer being a one-dimensional fighter, you know, it would literally take, a ref to really stop some. And if no one's there, you know, that guy would be a fool to step to me on the street saying, "What's up?"
But you have been, correct me if I'm wrong, you've prided yourself on being a one-dimensional fighter, fists only.
Yeah, I agree with you. I used to be a one-dimensional fighter. I am no longer a one-dimensional fighter, D.
So when you were a one-dimensional fighter, this is one of the things that has been sent to us on the internet is a fight that you allegedly lost, although Gannon took an unholy beating. But for 9 minutes, he stayed up with you. Did you fatigue?
Yeah, he did.
Did you fatigue? Did he get you with his knees? Because I know at one point he got you with his knees, and that wasn't allowed, because that's not what's allowed in that kind of fighting.
Exactly.
Was it a straight up loss, or did you just got exhausted from hitting him so much?
A loss is a loss. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to really, you know, sugarcoat it. Well, you know what I'm saying? It was some few things in there that he wasn't supposed to do, like the knees and the elbows. You know, we agreed to stand up. You know, we agreed to hands only. You know, but like I said, you know, when you're in the heat of the battle, man, and I guess you feel like a guy is beating you to a pulp. You know, you're gonna probably do the next best thing, and that's probably, you know, that was his next best thing, and survive. He probably kicked in survival mode. So yeah, it was a loss.
Is that the only time you've lost?
I would consider those. Yeah, from all my fights, yeah.
Do you respect him because he was able to take a beating with you for 9 minutes?
a good question, man, because, you know, I'd do anything for a rematch with the dude. I mean, I give him a little respect, man. He did stand up. He did take a good. The guy was 280. I was 235 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like my punches was as powerful as I wanted them to be because of the lack of the weight. But like I said, no excuses. He won the fight. I got my ass whooped. It's all good.
Kimbo with us on 790 The Ticket. We will just delete that from our memory. Kimbo has never lost. He's a mythical figure who does not lose, and he will eat your children if you dispute it. Kimbo with us on 790 The Ticket. So when was the most hurt you've been in a fight, Kimbo? The most hurt someone else has connected and really done damage?
It haven't been, you know what I'm saying? The most hurt I've really inquired, man, is the training, dude. Straight up, Dan, the training, man. The training that I've been doing with these guys has put me mentally and physically through some things I never thought I would feel, you know? I don't know if you ever felt like taking throwing up, sneezing, and coughing all at the same time. But these guys really take me through something, you know what I'm saying? So if I can go through this training and withstand this, then a fight will be easy. It'll be like a cakewalk.
If I'm at the movie theater, all right, you're sitting in front of me, you're a big dude, and I think you're being too loud, and I say, hey, buddy, shut the bleep up. What can I expect next?
You know, I'm a real respectful guy, Dan. I'm not a jerk. I don't walk around, you know what I'm saying, like I said, thinking I'm a badass. If I go to the movies, I go there to enjoy and watch the movies. Now, if that guy is being that and making noise and I'm going to tell him to shut the bleep up.
And that'll probably be the final part of the conversation.
You know?
Well, what happens if he doesn't?
Hey, we got a problem. We got a serious problem. And the lights are off and it's dark. Oh, man. That's money.
Kimbo with us on 790. Is there anyone in sports that you look at and say, that guy's a real badass? That guy is a badass among badasses.
Who could I say that about? I have to really think about that one, you know what I'm saying? At one time, Mike was really, you know what I'm saying, causing a problem out there in the boxing world. And he's kind of chilled out right now. Now, I would want to say the next badass will probably be the winner between this Rampage and Chuck Liddell fight, you know? That'll be the next badass because both of those boys right there, you know what I'm saying, I got a lot of respect for, I got a lot of love for.
Now, Chuck Liddell would beat you, correct? Because he's a more multi-dimensional fighter, no? Or am I wrong?
Hey, man, I don't know about beating me, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to beat me. My old girl was the last person that beat me. That was the last woman that beat me.
Talking about that.
All right. Well, no, but I just thought Chuck Liddell. I thought that he was like a mixed martial artist, and so far
he is. He do what he do. I do what I do. You trying to start something, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I apologize profusely.
It's all good.
We're both sweating, Kimbo.
I started sweating a long time ago. Kimbo with us on 790 The Ticket. Now
I know where your office at now. I drive by there all the time.
No, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. When did you get into your first fight? You grew up in the streets of Miami. You're a Miami legend. When did you get into your first fight?
My first fight would have to be in the 6th grade.
And since
I busted a guy's eye and busted his nose.
And was he your age? Was he 30 years old?
He was actually this guy. I was in the 6th grade. This guy was actually in the 9th grade, and that the older school came out to our little elementary school, and they were kind of being bullies. And I was a big kid in the 6th grade, and I kind of got into a fight with a 9th grader.
Now, one of the guys we talked about being a badass a long time ago before we ran into real badassness was Suge Knight. Do you consider Suge Knight a badass?
I mean, probably at the game, at what he does. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at what he does. He's probably more, you know, I don't know. Suge Knight got a lot of boys behind him, you know what I'm saying? That would probably make him a badass. But one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? Who knows, you know?
Kimbo, you're the best. Thank you so much for being the single greatest and most feared guest in the history of our show.
Anytime, Dan. Much respect for you. I just want to give one shout-out to my buddy. You know, he's a minister. His name is Ray at EBT. That's my boy. And another shout-out again to Marcus and Dave Avalon at the Freestyle Fighting Academy. 305 in the house representing. Peace.
You could give out as many shout-outs as you like. You could take the rest of the show to give out shout-outs if you like. Any more shout-outs you'd like to give?
Hey, Talk Show Live, baby, right here. Ticket, this is the one, man. You guys are the best.
All right. Thank you so much, Kimbo.
All righty.